A big development in one of the most watched Senate races this election season. A Daily Beast report alleges Republican challenger Herschel Walker, who has been staunchly pro-life on the campaign trail, paid for a woman's abortion more than 10 years ago. Joining me now is Kristen Welker, NBC News chief White House correspondent. Kristen, this race will go a long way in deciding Senate control in 2022. Now, on the surface, this story would appear to be a bombshell, but ultimately, what's your sense following this race from D.C. on how much this will matter in the race?
Well, it is so good to be with you, Jennifer. It remains to be seen what the ultimate impact will be. Here's what we know. We know that Herschel Walker has been defiant in his defense. He's taking a page in some ways from the playbook of former President Trump. He has denied the allegations. He wants to turn the page and move on and focus on the issues of the race that he wants to be talking about, things like crime and the economy as well. Notably, his challenger, the incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock, hasn't weighed in directly on this controversy except to say, hey, look, I have consistently supported abortion rights. Will this make a difference? We are in the post-Trump era where these types of controversies really don't have the same impact that they used to. Having said that, this is a very close race, and so even changes around the margin, even small ones, could have an impact, and Georgia is key to Republicans taking back the Senate.
It certainly is, and we also released our new poll this week. It showed very close races statewide, but also showed inflation and the economy are top of mind for Georgia voters. Now, that's not a surprise, but are you surprised that the Democrats are this close in statewide races in Georgia, considering the level of inflation and the cost of living we're seeing right now?
Well, look, the landscape has really changed. Why? Well, in the wake of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, yes, the economy, inflation continues to be the top issue, but issues like abortion have risen in importance. In addition to that, we have started to see gas prices tick down a little bit. Now, of course, the White House continues to be very jittery about gas prices, about the economy, so we'll have to see. But that is why you are seeing these two parties take on very different strategies. Republicans want to be talking about one thing, the economy. They want to keep the focus on that issue, whereas Democrats want to put the focus, yes, on the economy, defending the Biden agenda, but also on issues like abortion. That's why you're seeing the issue of abortion come up in so many of the candidate ads that are playing right now all over your airwaves. I'm sure you're all getting inundated.
We are certainly seeing a lot of them. All right, so let's talk about something you know very well, the White House. NBC reports the Department of Justice believes former President Donald Trump still has documents he took from the White House. So this leaves some questions unanswered, including what evidence the DOJ has.
Well, and that is the question. And I think what you are seeing is that this is going to be an ongoing issue that will continue to play out between former President Trump, between the Department of Justice, and it's going on against the backdrop of these elections all across the country, these campaigns that are so close as they are in your state there in Georgia. So how will this impact voters? To what extent will they link some Republicans, for example, who've been endorsed by former President Trump with this controversy that we're seeing playing out? That remains to be seen, but it is not insignificant that this is all unfolding with less than 5 weeks until the midterm elections.
A lot to watch as we get ready to see that election take place next month. Meet the Press airs Sunday morning at 10 right here on 11 Alive. Kristen, thank you so much.
Thank you.